What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream during pre-market hours and right before the market opens. If you guys have never joined us before, I go live Monday through Friday, and we pretty much just scan for stocks, identify potential that people within this live stream that join us live ask for. But most importantly, we pretty much just share best practices, we share mistakes in efforts to promote overall group growth. If you guys aren't a part of our group already, the link is down below. It is a free Facebook group, over 34,000 members worldwide. We have our team joining us right now, so I do want to thank you guys again for taking time out of your day. We have 15 minutes before the market opens, so it's 6:15 here in Arizona. Market opens at 6:30. This is going to give us some time to identify potential, see how stocks are reacting during pre-market hours, and see if we can identify any potential for stocks that we can be playing out today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm going to be talking about. But for today's video, I know yesterday's video, I was trying to focus more on the stocks that I was trying to trade. Today, I'm going to focus on the stocks that you guys want me to analyze and identify potential on that, and just give you guys some feedback. We do have 3 rules with TechBot Solutions, and that's we don't trade based on anyone else's opinion. We only invest in what we see value in, and then we always have a plan when it comes to trading. Just make sure you take that into consideration when I just, start performing the series of technical analysis. This is just for exposure. Just because I say, I see potential in a specific stock does not mean that you have to trade it. Please understand that. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and let's do this. Let's get you guys there. What's going on, guys? All right, so CAPR. We've talked about that one before. CAPR. So it has good news. So, that's acting as a catalyst, as you guys could tell. Okay. I'm going to move my watch list over, since that's not going to be very important for this type of analysis. So today analysis, it looks like it had a resistance at $1, and right as that news came out, popped right through that $1, now has a resistance at 176. But where does it have that support? So something that we do pretty well is $1.30. So it has this margin. So it saw, once it peaked out at 176, it saw a downward trend, but then ended up bouncing at 130, hit a slight resistance at 150, and that's kind of where it's peaking out at. Does that mean that it won't break above 150? No, it doesn't mean that. Does it mean it can't break above 176? No, it doesn't mean that either. It's just showing that, this is where it peaked out at, this is where it bounced, and then it has this nice little margin from 130 to 150 if it plays out according to plan. Just know that if it does break above 150, then we have that margin from 150 to 170, which is 13% profit. And then if it comes back down and experiences a pullback, just because the amount of people that held overnight want to lock in profit, just know because it previously bounced at 130 that this could be a pretty good support where it bounced. But then so can $1. $1 is a pretty, looks like 120 as well. So we'll have to follow up with this one and see how this one opens during pre-market hours. But great call. I'm not too sure if I have this one in my watch list. So people always ask, how is it that I, find stocks to add to my watch list? Well, I perform a technical analysis on a stock that someone asked for, and then it comes down to that. Yeah, I agree. So just like every other stock that might be seeing some hype, right? What's up, Steven? Start with Kira and how the heck. Okay, so this is a good one. I did want to talk about this one, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to. So yesterday, this one had a support at 240. It held pretty well above 240. Had a resistance at about 260, if I'm not mistaken. This is how it played out yesterday. So it was more of a day trade. So from 240 to 255, did hit highs of 257, and we called that one out during pre-market hours. I did shout this one out in the group. So they released news, and again, the reason that a stock moves is due to the demand, right? If they see that, that CUR does not have a high demand to be selling at $2.40, then obviously there's going to be a sell-off, and the demand isn't really there, and then that will continue to lead to a drop. Had a previous support at $2. Unfortunately, it dropped below $2, and this is what they are doing. Today announced the president with an offer of 3 million shares of the common stock and warrants a purchase of $2 per share. So therefore, they're going to be selling off 3 million shares of common stock. Therefore, there's going to be more shares available, and they're valuing it at $2 per share. So they're undervaluing it based on what it was previously worth. Therefore, if there's going to be a series of those specific stocks that are worth that much, then obviously that brings down the overall price valuation of the specific stock. So again, it comes down to understanding why is it dropping. Well, there's bad news which reacts. That's in a sense a reason why this is actually dropping so much. It has a $2 valuation. It just has a huge sell-off for like people that are trying to like panic sell, which is totally fine for us day traders. That's where we can make the most money because we don't have to hold this overnight, right? We don't really care. I don't want to say we don't care necessarily about the company, but we just want to find the low points to later sell for a high point. So we're just going to be waiting for the pullback, wait for it to set its support, and then wait for something to show signs of upward momentum, breaking the resistance, and then lock in that profit. So it is in kind of unknown territory right now when it's like at 190. Right now we have buyers at $2, sellers at 202. So it's trying to hold above $2. I really think that there's going to be a good amount of sellers right as the market opens, and we're going to experience a pullback probably to like 190 or to 180. So just note that. Doesn't mean that it can't break below any of that. Nope, it definitely can. But overall, I think it's just bad news for CUR. And 5 days, 15 minutes ago, 5-day, 15-minute frequencies, it came from a high of $5 and saw this huge drop. So it has a lot of margin to make up. But now it's just going to take that much longer for it to even increase to that specific price. So that's just the sad part. But let's see what else you guys have to say. Let's see. JNEG and JDST, of course, Save. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. So let's do JNEG. What the heck? I did see JNEG, and yesterday it had a super solid day. Had a resistance at $19, wasn't able to break $19, and it looked like during pre-market hours it was not able to break above that either, and it ended up peaking out at like 1888. Saw somewhat of a pullback, but is holding at 1850, so somewhat of a support. If you saw throughout the entire aftermarket hours, it held above 1850, so that is a support. But so you guys can see the little sell-off right here, 1850. Once the market opens, we might again experience more sellers than buyers. Therefore, the sell-off can be a little bit stronger, and then we can start breaking these supports. And it's in that pullback that if you see a solid bounce and then the break of resistance, or we could continue showing signs of upward momentum. Just know that this one has an overall resistance, let's see, of $20. It has peaked out at like, it usually has a resistance at $20. We trade this one very often within our group. Let me just go back to this little area right here. So if you guys could see, $20, $20, $20, $20, and it's coming back up and $20. We called it out when it was at $14, and it was just a stock that we trade pretty often. So I hope that some of you, I know a lot of you, made a good amount of money based on the results that people were sharing with me yesterday. So CYCC. All right, we don't need to go that far back. 5-day, 5-minute. Still, guys, we've been calling out the support on this one at $1.71, and it has not dropped below that. Does that mean, right, for those that are watching, does that mean that it's impossible for it to drop below 171? No, it's just a support that it's built. Therefore, if it drops below that, that just means that it broke the support, and therefore you might want to start cutting losses. That's something that I would personally do, but it's up to you and whatever it is that you see value in. So let's just go based on the past 2 days and their trends to identify the support and then the resistance. So we obviously know that the support is at 171, so we can identify that as a solid buy point. But yesterday it didn't do a very good job peaking out, meaning that it didn't build a lot of margin. The highest point that it really hit, well, it was 170, 176, but when it hit lows of 171, so near the support, it was 175 where it peaked out at. So let's say we can get in from 171 to 175. Is that worth the trade? Well, let's just go over here to the primary pick checklist, and then go to CYCC. That's the ticker symbol. Purchase price. Let's say we buy at the support, so 171. Target sell price 175. Stop loss 1.7, right? Because if it breaks below the support, then we want to cut losses, and that's pretty much it. So it has a 0.58% for loss and a 2.28% for profit. So it comes down to you. Is that worth the investment? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Depends on where you stand when it comes to what it is that you'd like to risk, for what you'd like to, see for potential for profit. But it definitely still has a lot of margin to make up to this $2 resistance that it's hit before. And then the reason that I find this one so attractive is, let me see, because of this margin that it has to make up to this $3 mark. So, being able to shoot up and hit this $3 mark has a lot of potential, but again, doesn't mean that it's going to anytime soon. We would literally need to break that $2 price point first. And I did the mistake of jumping in too early when I was trading it at like 193. I had to stop loss out at 190 because I saw this downward trend coming in. So we need to really start picking up, and I'm not too sure if today's going to be the day. There's no news for this one to act as a catalyst. So not really seeing anything crazy for CYCC. That Excel page though, yeah, if you guys don't have the primary pick checklist, I'll make it quick because I know I always talk about this. You literally just have to go PVP checklist. What the heck? Okay, I guess you can go under files, and then you can go, and it's going to be what the heck? So there's the growth plan. Oh, right here. Yes, some people updated it. I'm not too sure why it's erased. If anything, I'll repost it to make it easier to find, and you should just be able to find it under the PHP. Oh, that's why. Wait, primary pick checklist. So PVP. No, that should be it. All right, here. So PVP checklist, click see more, and then you can download the Excel file right there. I apologize for that, guys. That took a little bit longer than expected. Dude, you're awesome. Appreciate that, man. Tim Sykes bought me here. What does that mean? All right, we don't talk about other traders. I don't like to subjugate other people. So let's just focus on trading, please. How do you make those support and resistance lines on Thinkorswim? So again, this is a Thinkorswim platform. You go under drawing tools. You go under drawing tools. I use trend line, which allows me to calculate percentages. But if you just want a perfect line, then you just do price level. So what I mean by percentages is like if I really wanted to be able to identify the margin of profit that this had from 171 to 175, you could see that right here. There's this little box that tells me like how much it's increasing by. It makes it a little bit quick for me to be able to identify, the margins for profit. ARTX, let's do it, dude. ARTX. Okay, well, definitely doesn't see a lot of volume. Okay, well, it's not bad. It just doesn't see a lot of volume. It's showing signs of upward momentum. It's kind of at a low point from kind of where it stands. So what I mean by that, it shows signs of where it's peaking out. So let's try to. Once it gets the break above 180, then from 180 to like $4, it has a pretty nice profit margin. So this is a good one. I'll add this one to my watch list. Thank you for calling this one out. I think this one does have potential. It just needs to pick up. Again, break above the resistance, show signs of upward momentum because all it's doing is breaking the support. All right, guys, we have 17 seconds left before the market opens. All right, let's see if I can do one. No, 2 seconds remaining, guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and see AMD. CUR, watch all my alerts for CUR drop. Yeah, CUR is actually, or AMD, trying to break that resistance at $15 again. Oh, wow, okay. We added this one. How to pull back. So 140, guys. Remember, we called out the resistance at 150. Pull back to 140. Will it bounce there? Nope. Continuing to drop. Did it not just drop? So, nope, it's picking up. Okay. So ZN dropping below $4. Ooh, guys, we have a push right through. So we already saw a almost 10% gain. Yeah, that was 9 points, 10%. So it's showing signs of upward momentum. I like this one. CUR again, not moving much. All right, experiencing somewhat of a pullback. I think this would be a really slow one to follow today, and it's probably going to be pretty easy to wait for it to identify its support, maybe around 190, and then it's going to start showing signs of upward momentum. So, but the one that I think is going to be really active today, that's going to be like more of a momentum stock, it's going to be CAPR. ZN is just crapping today, my goodness. Again, just signs of downward momentum. Is that something that you want to invest in? Not me, right? So I would much rather invest in something that's showing signs of upward momentum. Looks like ZN, nothing but downward trend. Doesn't mean that it doesn't have margins for profit. If you can catch it at the low points when it has those pullbacks and then buy back at the, sell back at the resistance, or sell back, yeah, at the resistance, which is the old support, then yeah, that would make sense. So just, I don't want to focus on that one. I want to wait for a pullback on CAPR and see if we can get a quick in and out. Looks like it's trying to hold above 146. Buyers at 147, sellers at 148. It's actually pulling back. So I think, yeah, the volume's starting to die out, and we're probably going to see it break the support. I'd like to catch a little bit closer. I'm going to try to be patient around the 130 area just to manage my risk a little bit more. I know I'm missing out on potentially it pushing through all the way up to 180, but you know, I definitely don't want to force the trade. Oh, there we go. Pull back to 140, just like we called it. Pull back down to 137. Previous support at 136. Oh, broke that support. All right, guys, this is where it's at. Does it mean 100% it's going to bounce at like 135 or 130, the support that I called out? No. Again, don't invest based on anyone else's opinion, especially don't, you know, just because you guys are hearing me, don't invest based on my opinion. If you don't see potential, then just please don't trade it. There's nothing wrong with watching. And if you're paper trading, that's one of the best things that I would recommend to have no monetary risk. So we've identified the support, the resistance, the bounce at 135. It looks like it's trying to staircase up, and it's doing it. All right. I'm going to try to see if I can get in at 140. Oh, 137. Give me 1 second. Just to let you guys know, CUR is down to the 190 support. So we have two good plays for us today. Really depends on what you personally see value in. There we go. Try to get filled. 140 and crap, didn't get filled. It's gonna be probably a quick little pullback. Let me see. All right, there we go. 140. All right, guys, and for those that are asking, I am using the TD Ameritrade app. I'm using the Fidelity Thinkorswim platform to show my analysis, and I'm using the TD Ameritrade. I'm using the Fidelity app to execute my trades. So two different platforms. I got filled at 140. It's dropping already. Let's go ahead and see if we can pop right through the 140 support. The reason I bought in at 140 and not down here is, again, I like to wait for the bounce and like for it to break the resistance and then just have this margin. So my plan is bought in at 140, sell at 150, and then stop loss out if it goes below 135. So see. Oh, there we go. Pushing right through. If I can get over 145, I will remove my stop loss and then put my limit order to sell. Can we do it? No, man. Freaking crap. 139. And again, we can see that it had a previous support. So if you guys can see right here, previous support here, it had a little bounce at 142. So that could be why we're seeing this kind of like resistance on it being struggling to break above this. That's not a good sign because it's just building up there already. 3 candlesticks and it's kind of just flatlining. So we're gonna have to push on through, and the volume is also decreasing, which is not a good sign. So I'm gonna end the live stream here. So I want to thank you guys for all those that are tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'll follow up with all those that are, yeah, crap, it's at 138, 139. I'll follow up with my trade on the group the group chats that we have within Technical Solutions. We're at 136, and I'm gonna stop loss out. Let's see. I didn't go in too heavy with this one, but are we gonna have a second? Oh, about to get filled. Oh, that was scary. We had buyers at 135. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end the live stream here. I'll keep you guys up to date on my trade and my position on CAPR. I want to thank you guys again for the number that actually exposed me to this specific stock. If it doesn't play out according to plan, that's why I have my stop loss to manage my risk, and it's all part of the game. Yesterday I had a red day. Hopefully today isn't the same thing. And 135. Yeah, well, I'm most likely going to be out right now. We're getting really close. I'm thinking of just trying to cut my losses at. No, okay, I'll just give it a chance. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll follow up with my trade within the group chats. And then feel free to reach out to me if you guys have any questions. I do have a couple calls that I'm going to have to jump on throughout the day. But again, that doesn't mean that you guys can't reach out to me. Yeah, it's just holding at 135, 136. So it's a pretty solid support that it's built. We have buyers at 136 now. So it's an interesting, I think, position that we have on. I should have bought in a little bit closer to the support or the 135. Or either just have cut losses if it went below 140. 135 again. Okay, it's pretty stressful. All right, thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Again, real quick, if you guys haven't done so already, I'm going to show you guys. Well, this is our Facebook page. For those that are asking all the frequently asked questions, we do have a series of helpful videos. Please feel free to navigate through this as we talk about the basics on how to identify potential, how to trade support resistance, how to set a stop loss. So I think you will like these helpful videos. Most importantly, feel free to join and follow our team. That's Bradley Smith. He's the one that leads the OTC stock group, and then this is Connor, who leads the momentum group chat. So please feel free to reach out to them and support them. If you guys want to keep up to date on what it is that I'm doing, my link is down below so you guys can follow me within my social media account. Instagram, it says Ricky's Instagram, and then the Tech Buds Instagram. And that's usually where I shout out a couple traders that end up doing well throughout the day. And even those that just share their mistakes, I shout them out as well. So guys, we're at 139, 140. I think we can get a good push, and I will keep you guys up to date on my position. Hopefully it's not ending on a red day, just because that's how we ended yesterday. So, but you know, it's all part of the game. So continue working hard, continue doing what it is that you guys love. And like always, guys, let's make sure that we're in the year on the green now. Take care, team.